Yeah, so much energy. That's how we started. We started with energy. We started with laughter. None of this was happening before. We were both like, and then all of a sudden, light went on. You saw Hollywood happen in its real format. I woke up with bed face, which is like bedhead, but for face hair. Bed
Yeah.
face,
Mm-hmm.
bed face. You know when you sleep too, and then we bed face. Plus, the mirror is reversed on the video. So this is right there is actually my right. It's weird. It's mirrored because I mirrored it for the first time. So it's
Oh, so
reversed. That's your right hand, isn't it?
this is my right hand.
Yeah, but it looks like it's your left hand.
Oh,
Isn't that
really?
weird? Yeah, isn't that weird? But it's mirrored. So it is
Yeah.
your right. Yeah, so it's cool. It's really awesome. We could mirror touch. You know what I mean? Let's mirror touch. What? Um, so the Super. Did you watch Super Bowl at all?
I did.
Okay. So did you have a big party? Did you like go to a party and have like cheese cubes?
No, usually I would, but I had to work, so I just watched it on my phone before I had to go into work.
Watch the Super Bowl on your phone?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you a fan of sport or did you?
I am. So, I mean, yeah, I grew up being a big fan of football, went to school for sports stuff, interned with the NFL. Like, I used to be so much knowledge. I don't necessarily follow as closely as I used to, but yeah, I like watching football. I do quite enjoy
That's your nickname. So much knowledge.
it.
So you watched that. So you watched Super Bowl, and did the team that you want to win?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Was that because of the Taylor Swift hatred, or because of like you're just over it?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say I'm a Taylor Swift hater by any means, but yeah, I was kind of over the Chiefs like just winning all the time. So,
Okay, so you're just done with it. You were like, so you are disappointed that someone had too much success.
I guess in a way, but also like East Coast affiliations, I wanted oh my god, I just choked. Wanted the East Coast to win.
Right?
Um,
Are you gonna make it there, buddy?
yeah, I just like choked on my own spit.
That's hot. That's all right. I look like I'm stoned out of my mind. I don't know why my eyes keep watering. It's super awesome. I love allergies. So, would you agree with the statement that if you're watching this, I'm not dying or losing my eyesight? It's amazing how vain everyone is. It's like you're just like, oh my god, I just couldn't talk because I choked on my own spit, and I'm not even watching you die. I'm like, why are my eyes so red? It's all super fun. Anyways, would you agree with the statement that people have a tendency to root for people to lose more than they root for people to win?
Um, I think in some ways, yeah, I definitely think there's people who are like jealous of certain things, so they'd rather see them not win because they want that instead.
So you think that is it? So then why does social media work? Because like it's like a follower situation. If like can anyone really win? Like is it like you're trying to get a specific number of people to like you, and then all of a sudden enough people like you, and someone else is like, oh, I don't like them anymore because they were successful at getting people to like them.
Well, I think obviously with however much people you gain to follow you, there's gonna be like an equal amount, not equal, but for lack of better words, like an equal amount of haters that you have.
So you, in your existence, like you're Hannah, the musician, the 20 something, the struggling artist. You
Yeah.
think that there are people who hate that you do that?
I mean, I don't have many people nowadays who like outwardly are commenting things to like wish bad upon me or like say negative things about me, but I'm sure there's people, especially that like I grew up with or went to college with, who are probably like, what the fuck is this bitch doing?
Well, you're obviously killing it on the number 4,217 millionth podcast, Newberg and Hannah. You were obviously successful.
I'm so successful.
So successful. Do you find it more romantic and attractive to be struggling than to be successful?
I don't know that I'd call it romantic, but I think it shows like effort to like have gone to go through this rather than just getting something handed to you.
So, all right. So I read this thing, and I'm going to try to pull it up and see if I can find it.
Okay.
And I was just thinking about this as we go. This is not part of the topics that I was going for, and I apologize to stall. But let's see if I can do it right. So based on your theory, let's see the age. Okay, age thing. All right. So of course it's in small print. Why does God hate me? Why God? Let's see.
Do you have your phone? Do you have the text on your phone like blown up?
Oh my God, it's so loud. It's so like people like flying above can read it. It's very exciting. Hold on, it's large. Okay, perfect. All right, now I got it. So so my question is, so if you're someone who's your age, so you're 28 and you're trying to make it. I'm 54, I'm trying to make it. I'm
Hmm.
not trying to make it. I'm very comfortable with what I've achieved and accomplished. I still
Yeah.
enjoy doing what I'm doing. But for all the people intents and purposes, it's like technically we're not mainstream
Yeah.
successful, which I'm super fine with. So
Yeah.
then I read this, and I've seen this posted a couple of different times, but it says a great reminder. At age 23, Tina Fey was working at a YMCA. Not sure why that's important. At age 23, Oprah was fired from her first reporting job. Nope, not sure. Again, don't know. But that's 20. They're 20. Stephen King, in 24, was working as a janitor and living in a trailer. Vincent van Gogh at 27 failed as a missionary and decided to go to art school. At 28, J.K. Rowling was a single parent living on welfare who was clinically depressed and at times contemplated suicide. At 28, Wayne Coyne from the Flaming Lips was a fry cook. First off, that's fucking awesome. He must have got so many fries. At age 30, excuse me, at age 30, Harrison Ford was a carpenter. At age 30, Martha Stewart was a stockbroker. At age 37, Ang Lee was a stay-home dad working odd jobs. And then it keeps going, and then it gets to people who are older. Samuel Jackson didn't get his first major movie role till he was 40. Morgan Freeman didn't land his first movie role till 52. Catherine Bigelow reached international success when she made The Hurt Locker at 57. Grandma Moses, then it goes on and on and on. Then it says, never tell yourself you're too old to make it. Never tell yourself you missed your chance. Never tell yourself you aren't good enough. You can do it. Whatever it is that sets your soul on fire. So with that in mind, doesn't that like contradict the majority of the way people regularly think anyway?
I mean, 100%. Like, I mean, there's times where I like have to remind myself because obviously, well, growing up, I really wanted to be like a child actor.
Sure.
And there were times where I would get like really upset that I hadn't made it then. And like even times now where like, okay, the other day my mom called me and she was like, I had a dream you auditioned for SNL and like you got on, yada yada yada. And like I've been thinking like, okay, I kind of really want to like start focusing on acting again and getting back into classes and just like doing that whole thing. And then sometimes I get into my head about it though, where I'm like, oh, like I could have been doing this for the last 4 years, whereas I've been like focusing on music, whatever. But then I'm like, no, I think I had to grow up a little bit and like go through some things and like have more like life knowledge and whatever to be able to like be a better actor, if that makes sense, because I
Mhm.
can tune into like different experiences and whatever. And yeah, I think had I gotten the success I wanted at a younger age, I don't think I would have handled it well, nor would I have gone through what I've gone through to be able to like be a good actor or whatever. So I think yeah, there's times where I do get down on myself, but then I have to remind myself that like no, success can come at any time.
I think, of course, it can, and that's the one of the interesting things just about just everyone's path, everyone who's doing whatever, and everyone's approach to so many different things. Like, okay, so I wrote this movie 3 months ago,
Mm-hmm.
and it took me 6 months to write,
Yeah.
and I finished the first draft, and it was a first draft. It was like kind of the vomit draft slash whatever, but I worked really hard on the story
Yeah.
and I sent it to my reps, and they crucified it. Like there are no words for how much they just destroyed it, and
Yeah.
it was devastating because I'm just like, well, I said I was first draft. I was looking for notes, and they gave me notes, but they just like They
Yeah.
were merciless, and they
Yeah.
stabbed my. And it took me after that. It took me about 3 months before I was like done trying to figure out how to restructure everything that they wanted and all of the things that they asked for, and then to
Yeah.
start doing it. And during that 3 month period of time, I was like, "Fuck you guys! You don't know what you're talking about."
Yeah.
And how dumb! Like this is bullshit. This is a great story because someone I know read it and thought it was good. And then I read it again, and I was like, God, they were so right. I'm so lucky that I have the situation. And
Yeah.
then I've started again, and it's like a 109-page script, and it's taken me another month to get page 12 up to page 12
Mm.
perfect. And I think that this is, I think it's going to be great when it's done. I thought it
Yeah.
was really good when I started, but the only person I'm trying to impress is myself.
Yeah.
The only person I'm trying to really like, I threw the movie together. I'm like, what do you think? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Because most people think, really, I don't know if I like you enough to read 108 pages of your friendship. Like, I don't know if I like you that much. I just don't. And then it's
Yeah.
like, because it's so much easier to write something, and it's very hard to write something than it is to get someone to sit down and
And
physically
read it.
read. Yeah, it's like, what
Yeah.
do you? It's not on audio tape. I can't do it when I'm on the treadmill. No, bitch, you got to read it. And it's hard. And it was even more tempting because I have a friend who's very successful and very high up in the movie world. She greenlights movies. She works for
Yeah.
Marvel. She knows
Mm-hmm.
everyone. I was talking to her about the movie, and I didn't send it to her. She's like, "Send me the fucking movie. I don't care if it's not ready." I'm like, "No, it's not ready. I'm not sending it to you. I'm not shooting my shot." And she's
Yeah.
like, "All right, well, whenever you're ready, send it." And after they gave me the notes, all I wanted to do was send it to her. Be like,
Yeah.
"See, she likes it, but if they're obviously not wrong." My manager was the guy who got Training Day greenlit. Like,
Mm.
so he knows what he's fucking talking about.
Yeah.
But it was just weird. What is my point? I don't know. I guess it's all about ourselves. And it's so interesting because I think so many people hate more than they like.
Yeah.
And the only person that matters is that we power through ourselves,
Yeah.
aside from all the positive and negative noise, and we just deal with our stuff.
100%.
All
I
right,
think,
cool.
yeah, I think that it's so easy to get caught up into like what other people's opinions and perceptions are of ourselves. But yeah, at the end of the day, if you're happy with what you're doing,
It's the only thing that matters. And
yeah.
the older you get, not you personally, but just in general, the more that's the most important thing. It's just literally
Yeah.
like it's just the most important thing. So you said you saw the Super Bowl. Did you see any of the commercials?
I saw a few. Yeah.
Okay. Did you see the Kanye commercial?
I didn't see that one,
Okay.
but I've heard about it.
Okay. So Kanye does a commercial from his dental chair where
Yeah.
he promotes his website. That's
Yeah.
all
And
he's doing.
yeah.
And it's just you're like, whoa, he spent so much money on this.
Yeah.
And you go to his website, and he's selling T-shirts with a swastika.
Yeah. I've seen.
That's it.
Yeah.
So, and then everyone complains, and then it's taken down,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone's like condemning him and whatever. And like, so you're familiar with that.
Yeah.
Let me explain why I think the whole thing is masterminded by this guy.
Okay.
I think, I don't know whether or not Kanye West is a good person. We're not friends. He's done a lot of things that are a little pretty questionable, but he's had
Yeah.
massive success. He's a self-made billionaire,
Yeah.
multi-billionaire. He's had massive success, making a lot of correct decisions that have worked. True?
Yeah. Very.
Okay. So when it comes to monetary, he's successful. Now, if I have any Jewish friends listening to this, hear me out. Here's what I'm saying. I'm not supporting the dude. I'm just saying I have a theory. Not a fan of hate. Have no problem with any race or any Jewish people. No problem at all. No problem whatsoever. I have plenty of white friends. See what I did there? I switched it. I have plenty of white friends. So the Grammys are close to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
So he shows up at the Grammys with his stupid hot naked wife.
Yeah.
A woman so perfect looking that no one had a problem with her being absolutely naked
Yeah.
in public.
Yeah.
No one. If you were a judgy friend, would you have looked at her and been like, what's that bitch doing? She needs to, you just been like, damn, good
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
True?
Yeah.
He shows up at the Grammys. He just does the red carpet. Then he leaves. sparking rumors that he was asked to leave.
Yeah.
Everyone's talking about him. Then again, but they're all distracted by him because he's just standing silently, parading his naked, beautiful wife. That's
Yeah.
all he's doing. Then he leaves. Then he says, I didn't get kicked out. That was those Jews that kicked me out. That's what he said. Those are his quotes. So then he's planted the seed. So then he goes on the Super Bowl, which is one of the most expensive ad mediums in the world. Millions of dollars for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
He's got that.
A lot of money, yeah.
A lot of money. He buys an ad. He promotes his website for 30 seconds. He knows everyone's going to be like, why the fuck did Kanye just spend all this money on? I'm going to go look at his website. He goes to look at his website at Yeezy.com, which is now offline. And it says, and it gives you an opportunity to buy a white t-shirt with a swastika. And then there's I looked at it to see to fill it out. You can pick your size. And then it didn't say how much shipping was, but it was $20 for the shirt and plus shipping. I didn't order one, obviously, but I was like, oh, this is weird. Then immediately, Fox and everybody was like, we denounced this ad. We had no idea what it was. We never bothered checking with his website. We didn't know anything about it, which may or may not be true. He might have just changed his website the second he made the ad. Hear me out. I'm going to get there. I'm going to get to the point. And then all of a sudden, it's down. The website is down. Then an AI ad appears. An AI ad appears with only Jewish people who are celebrities, all very photogenic, all very attractive, all in AI, and they're all wearing white t-shirts. The white t-shirt holds up a middle finger. It has the Star of David on the finger, and it says Kanye underneath it. And all of these celebrities, like Steven Spielberg, Mark Zuckerberg, Adam Sandler, Lisa Kudrow, all these people are flipping off Kanye. And during the time when Kanye was advertising his website, all the people online were like, enough is enough. Stop the hate. Then this ad comes out promoting this t-shirt that says fuck Kanye. An ad promoting hate, but just in the other direction. And on the back it says stop hate, enough is enough. And you can buy those t-shirts. Who do you think is selling those fucking t-shirts? Kanye. And do you know how fucking brilliant that is? It is maddeningly brilliant. Because he sat...
Wait, is it confirmed that he's selling those shirts?
It's not confirmed.
That's just your theory.
It's my theory, and I don't think I'm wrong. Because there's a person who made the AI ad who's taking responsibility. There's a person that I think there's a company that's taking orders for these. And I guess the shirt's selling pretty well. It's a middle finger with the Star of David saying fuck you to Kanye. But if you are in the situation, just think about it, Hannah. Just think about it. You're promoting the Little Hannah Sucks record. Okay? You show up at the Grammys with whatever the drunk famous dude was, the drug guy for 5 seconds. And he's shirtless and you walk him around with a collar on. And everyone was like, oh my God, what is up with Hannah? What is she doing? I guess they kicked her out. And you were like, they didn't kick me out. It was those fucking chicken salad eating motherfuckers at Chick-fil-A. Like that's what you said. People are like, what? And then it's the Super Bowl. Okay. And then all of a sudden you go on and you're like, hey, you can listen to the new Little Hannah Sucks album. If you go to littlehannahsucks.com, everyone goes Little Hannah Sucks. And it's just an ad. And it's like, fuck chicken salad chicken eaters or whatever it is. Okay.
Okay.
And then the next day it's taken down and you get a bunch of people who are celebrities who are hot and in t-shirts that say eat more beef. And there's middle fingers on and it says fuck Hannah. But 20 million people bought this shirt with your name on it and gave you money. Do you have any idea how dumb everyone in the world is if he did this? And B, how smart that move was? Sure. Is it hateful? Absolutely. Do I condone it? Not at all. Do I think he did that? I bet a nickel We're gonna find out that this. I bet he did that. I have no doubt.
Yeah, that would be. I mean, it would be a smart money move for him to then sell shirts denouncing himself because he just projected this hate. Yeah.
He spun hate on both ways.
Yeah.
Had his name on both sides,
Yeah.
and it's just. Have you seen the commercial?
His commercial?
No, the AI commercial.
No.
Oh my God, girl. When we get off the phone, you have to watch it. It's literally,
Okay.
it's white background and it's all of these perfect looking celebrities. And they're all
But
like,
you said it's AI?
it's AI. It was made
Okay.
by somebody.
Yeah.
And it was definitely made by him. There's no way he would have just given up his website in one day. He wouldn't have spent $5 or $6 million on an ad for people to talk shit about him when people talk shit about him anytime. He was teeing up a shirt in the reverse order. It's just genius.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to hang out with the guy. I'm sure he's a hateful fucking cunt. But wow. I mean, you got to admit that would be super smart.
Yeah.
Scary, right?
Yeah.
Very scary that that many people can be suckered and manipulated. It's crazy. What's going on with you and the dude you're dating? What a great segue.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, dating is
It's been months, buddy. You're fucking dating him. You're
but
dating him. Are you dating anyone else?
No.
Is he dating anyone else?
No.
Then you're fucking dating.
But like we had a conversation where he basically was like, I don't want this. But then we haven't stopped hanging out, so I couldn't tell you.
So
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you what's going on.
Let me look up the textbook definition of dating in this let me look it up. Oh, it says you're fucking dating. You're dating. How many times a week do you see him?
Like once or twice right now.
Once or twice. You go over to his place every time, or does he come over to your place ever?
No, I go over to his place.
Okay. Does he have roommates?
No.
Okay. Does he have a dog?
No.
Okay, so it's just him and some plants and his guitar.
Yep.
Does he have a bed or is it mattress on the floor?
It's got a bed.
Nice. Armoire or TV on the wall?
What is armoire?
It's like a cabinet where you open it up and the TV's in it. It's also a dresser. No?
It's on a desk.
It's got a desk. His TV's on a desk.
Well, it's like, yeah, like on a table.
Okay, that's fine. No one's mad. Okay, and each time you're there, how much is hanging out versus how much is physical?
I would say it's like 90% hanging out.
90% hanging out, 10%
Yeah.
physical.
Yeah.
Is physical always in the middle or right before you leave or right when you get there?
In the middle.
Hi, nice to see you. Let's watch a movie or have an egg sandwich. Sex. I don't really want to leave just yet because I want to cuddle and snuggle, but without using those words because those are very date heavy. But I want to sit here and talk to you about your band and talk about music because that's what we do. Oh, I'm going to go.
Yeah.
Egg sandwich every time?
Egg sandwich.
Do you go out in public?
Sometimes.
But you spend more time at home?
Yeah.
Do you get dressed? Do you shower when you go over there?
Sometimes.
You not shower sometimes?
Well, you mean like, do I shower before or like while I'm here?
Well, wouldn't that be? Are you at his house now? That's great. That's cool. Are you at his place now?
Lord help me.
You are. So does he listen to the show? Because he should now.
No. No.
So
I think he would actually be so mortified to know that I was like speaking about this.
He doesn't. But you're at his place now. You're live in the enemy's
Oh my God.
domain. No, there's no stopping. You have headphones on. Is he not there?
No.
He's not.
No.
Hilarious. You're at his house when he's not there. Do you have a key? Do you know the code to get in?
Yeah.
You're dating. How do you not know this?
Because that's not the terminology we use.
Is it your choice or his choice?
Is
I want you to know. I just want you to hear something out loud. This is for you. Okay?
yeah.
I have a friend.
Yeah.
Her name's Anna.
Okay.
She's hanging out with an artist. Okay.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago, he says to her, on my 40th birthday, I no longer want to have intercourse. Here's the thing, Anna is like, what the fuck? We've been doing it a lot. And now you want to stop in like a couple of weeks? And so he's like, yeah. But then he continues to act normally like nothing's happened. Then he's like, oh, by the way, she has the code to his house or apartment. Oh, by the way, they hang out a few times a week. Oh, by the way, it's for several hours. Oh, by the way, they go out in public. Oh, by the way, they're intimate all the time. Oh, by the way, it's going to be his 40th birthday in a couple of weeks. And she doesn't think they're dating. What do you think? Do you think Anna and this guy are dating?
Well, I think today's modern day and age of dating is so backwards and fucked up where it's like
It's not.
but in my generation it is. Like I couldn't tell one of our mutual friends, yeah, we're dating because he would be like we're not. I didn't ask her to be my girlfriend.
But if he fucked someone else, you would beat the shit out of his cat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, hi. It's the same thing. So you're willing to date him. Like you'd love to tell people you're dating him.
Of course, yeah, but like I think, especially a lot of guys get so hung up on like the label aspect of things. Where I'm like, if we were to label this, nothing would change about what we're doing. Absolutely nothing, except maybe we'd like go out on like dates more. That's the only thing that would maybe change, but absolutely nothing else would change if we were to put a label on things. But people get so in their head about it, and also I like what he keeps telling me is like I don't have the emotional capacity to be like responsible for somebody else right now. And I'm like, okay, fair, whatever. Like you're trying to focus on yourself. I get it. I get it. That should be doing the same thing. But like what would not a lot would change if we were to actually be like, okay, we're dating.
So much knowledge.
So much knowledge.
So much knowledge. I'm getting so much knowledge about the young people. I don't know.
But
Here's the main question, culminating everything we've discussed from the beginning, throughout the weird Kanye stuff, throughout the Super Bowl, throughout everything. Are you content and happy?
to an extent,
And
would I
the label would change that.
well, I think I would like it to be more than what it is. But like and like everyone keeps gosh, everyone keeps telling me I should pack it up and go because he's on oh my god.
First off, you're not on trial. You're fine. Like there's no punishment for whatever you answer here.
No, I know, but I'm just like, God forbid this guy one day watches these and I just feel like I would be in such a deep
What
doo
did you
doo.
say? We neither one of us have said anything negative about him ever.
No, no, of course. I just am like airing out my laundry.
But you're not really saying anything that's detrimental or damaging to the relationship. You're simply stating we're intimate, we hang out. It's basically dating without being called dating. If it were called dating, it would be the exact same thing. But I want more, and even though I want more, all I want is for it to be called dating. So it would be exactly the same. So basically, what you're saying, without saying it, is you want to fucking date this guy that you're actually dating, but he doesn't want to call it that. But you're doing the same exact thing. So if your head didn't just explode processing that, then you're totally normal.
Uh, yeah.
I think it's fun. I mean, you're in your 20s. This is when you have fun, fucked up situations.
Yeah.
It's when you do it.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. You're young, you're pretty, you break your arm and it's fixed in 10 minutes. Everybody's cool. He gets an STD, he takes a fucking tube of toothpaste, everything's gone. It's like you're both young and it's fun and
Oh
it's
my
great.
gosh.
No, listen. I am always entertained by your stories. Of all of the stories you've told me over the years, this seems the least fucked up.
No, it is like that. And that's why I'm like so hung up on it because I'm like, for the first time in so long, it is like healthy by any my normal standards. And I am treated nice and he's a good person and I have fun. And yeah, that's why I look at it and I'm like, no, this is great. But then I have some people who are like, is it though? And I'm like, I think so.
But do you have those friends though who their only fucking contribution to your life and your friendship is the 3 word question? Is it though? Like they have like they you know the is it though friends. They're
Yeah.
like I'm like I have them. You're happy, you're having a good time. I'm like everything's good, happy, healthy, no complaints. Don't you? Don't you have any complaints? Bitch, what do you want me to say? I'm
Yeah.
happy. It only matters what you think. It only matters if you're happy. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, there are times where I do crash out a little bit over it because there's just, I'm like, what are we doing? But yeah.
Do you want to get married?
Well, in this moment, no, I don't think. Look, and here's the thing. I I was just having this conversation the other day because one of my guy friends is like going through something similar where he likes this girl, but he's like, I don't think I could see myself marrying her. But and I was like, stop right there. You are never gonna know. Like, sure, like maybe like there's love at first sight, like when you know, whatever. But I'm like, you will never know if you actually want to marry somebody if you do not experience what it's like living with them. You could be so madly in love and like love your relationship with somebody, and it could be so fucking terrible once you start living with someone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I will ever know, regardless of how much I am in love or how much I like somebody, if I want to marry them until I experience what it's like living with them for like at least a fucking year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not
So I
easy.
I could never know if the person I'm dating if I want to marry them until I experience that.
You're correct.
Yeah.
100%. So everything you're doing is right. Like literally, all that matters is if you're happy. If you're getting treated nice, which you said nice.
But I think where my dilemma comes in is like if I keep like doing what we're doing, right? Is he I don't know if he's ever going to one day have the epiphany of like, oh yeah, now I actually want to put a label on things and date this girl rather than like if I were to put my foot down and be like, maybe I should walk away if you're not going to give me the commitment. And then he'd be like, oh damn, like maybe I missed out. Maybe I do want to, maybe I do actually really like her, And that's where my friends keep putting this idea in my head of like, you should go. Because then maybe he'll, but I'm like, but I also don't want to play games and like try to whatever. And they're like, but it's you protecting your peace, whatever. Anyways, yeah.
If I had, there should be every single thing your friends say sound like they would be a button. Sound like they'd be a button on a jean jacket. They really do. Like protect your peace. Is it though? So much knowledge. It would just be like if they literally sound like buttons, or pins. Uh, I don't know. My thoughts on it are simple. Number one, based on the choice options you gave me, tell him label this or I'm out, or hope one day he comes to the realization that I'm enough. Those are basically your choices. Okay, let's say
Yeah.
like act in the moment right now. He comes home from the studio or wherever he is, and you tell him, listen, you be you. In 2 weeks when you want to stop boning, cool. That's great. I'm gonna go do my thing. I really want to take this to the next level. I'm telling you right now, I'm here, I'm with it, I'm down, but if you don't, I'm out. So you just presented him with an ultimatum. If you
Hmm.
feel that in your gut that you want an answer, then you have to deal with the consequences of,
Yeah.
all right, maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. And if that's it and you're okay with it, cool. But if you're not and you were just saying that because you want to have something titled, it's like you know what's up. That's why I'm giving you such a hard time. It's like you know what's going on. It doesn't matter what it's fucking called.
Yeah.
You know what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. So if you enjoy it and it makes you happy, then that's all that matters. And if it doesn't, that's what matters more. But don't listen to is it though? That's not a thing.
Very true.
Very true. All right, with that, we'll end our fabulous week discussion. We'll rapid fire things that we didn't talk about. You ever like see someone who you haven't seen in a very long time, and then you see them, and you're like, "Oh, I remember now."
Yeah. Like, I mean,
Good.
I think even without like seeing someone, like, or if you see something on like social media, whatever, like, and then yes, for sure get PTSD from seeing something or seeing
100%.
somebody.
Yeah, I saw someone recently who I haven't seen in a long time, and was at a show, and I was like, "Who the fuck? Why? What did I like?" Because you know, how absence makes the Jane grow Fonda, and you like start thinking like really cool about people.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you see him again, you're like, oh no, I'm
Yeah.
dead.
Like I wouldn't, okay, let me just say it. Like if I were to see Purse Stumper out in public, I would be like I would run the other fucking direction. But the
Hmm.
other day I was like curious and I was like, haven't looked at his Instagram in a long time. What's this motherfucker up to? Lo and behold, he posted something for the first time in like 2 or 3 years. And it included like it was like a slideshow of pictures, and the caption was like 2024. I did a bunch of things I should not done. I'm absolutely ashamed of. I pushed the most important thing out of my life. And I'm like, oh my God, he's talking about me. And then he included this picture of like a necklace that I had like beaded together years ago that he like took from my room in this slideshow of pictures. And then I was just like, okay, that is just extra confirmation that he is talking about me. And I was like, you know what? I really don't care to know what this guy is up to whatsoever. I'm not curious anymore.
Hmm.
I'm good.
That's
I'm
good.
so good. Yeah.
Good for you,
Yeah.
buddy. I thought that story was going to end with, so he's at Stagecoach, and they like go up there, and it's like it's not Coachella this time, but it's the same subdivision, same
No.
neighborhood.
God,
Um,
no.
all right, buddy. Well, great episode. Say the thing that you say.
Well, we didn't talk about me going to Disneyland for the first time.
Okay.
It's fine. No, it's fine. I was just fighting for my life on this child's ride. It's fine.
So say it. Tell us. Absolutely.
Okay, look. Have you ever done like the Tower of Terror? That's what it used to be at
Yes.
Disneyland, Disney World.
Yes. Yes.
It goes up and down a million times. It's like this huge drop thing. Okay, anyways, they changed the ride. It's now like a Guardians of the Galaxy ride, and you're like in an elevator shaft, and it goes to different floors, and it drops you, like it shoots you up and it drops you down to different elevator levels like really fast. Oh my gosh, my friend convinced me to go on it, and I thought, yeah, I'm gonna be fine. Like I don't mind drop rides when they're outside. You can see how high you're going up, and like you
Hmm.
could see what's going on. This was in the pitch black darkness, and when I tell you I was fighting for my life, like I had to close my eyes and bury myself into my friend the entire time. I thought I was going to pass out from the first time we shot up because there was like no gravity whatsoever happening in the moment. And it was the most terrifying thing I've ever been on in my entire life. And mind you, there was this 5-year-old girl in front of us in line, and we start talking to her about it. She's like, "This is my favorite ride. It's so fun." And we're like, "Oh, how old are you?" She's like, "I'm 5." And I was like, "Why am I 28 and I'm absolutely freaking out about this?" And I was like, "Is it scary?" And she just goes, "Yeah." And I was like, you are not helping me. Why is this your favorite ride? Why am I terrified? And you know what? There's like a picture of us that it takes from the ride, and she's in the front row, like having the time of her life, and I'm literally, you can't even see my face because I'm buried into my friend's boobs the entire time because I could not deal. I was holding on to her for dear life, and yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm glad I'm pushing 30, and this is the first time I've ever been to Disneyland.
I think it was a good story. I think it was worth the tell. I loved it. I think
Thanks.
I think the story was great. I felt the fear. I loved it more when you showed talked about the little girl who went, "Yeah." I loved all.
Literally how she said it. I was like, oh my God, I'm done for.
Well, I'm all for you doing the show on your phone from now on because it's like I
Yeah,
get the Wi-Fi is way better.
I know.
It's way better. Good job. All right, now say the thing.
Okay, so listen to this whatever you podcast. If you're on YouTube, like, subscribe, comment what you want to hear us talk about. You can follow us on Instagram on our own Instagrams. And yeah, that is the podcast of the week.
Fuck. All right. Thanks a lot, everybody. Good job. And recording.